These were taken off this horse's front feet. This little horse actually has a pretty big foot for the size of his body. He's a little behind in his trims, but he's actually looking pretty good. I think he's about 9 weeks out, and I like to keep him at about 6 weeks, but as you can see, that frog's ready to shed on him. So I'm going to be using my nippers to begin to work that off. You can see that I'm pretty careful in my pulling. Just peel it back, pretty slow, there it pops off. Apparently I had to do it a couple times just for effect to show you. So now I'm just really going to clean that up on him. Not going to do too much. And I'm going to start working on the sole. And you can see that I'm really just having to peel and pop that out. It's summertime. Then I'll take my knife to it. I'm making sure to leave enough sole to provide plenty of protection to the hoof and really didn't get down to the waxy areas. Now with this pony, I actually pull this hoof forward onto my stand. And I work that hoof with my nippers all the way around. I do need to make some points here because I know that a lot of farriers chime in and say that that can only be done from underneath. I know I've taken that challenge a million times, but I just want to keep reiterating the point. You rasp out the flares, and I'm cutting the flares. I was simply using my nippers to do that instead of my rasp. And then I take my rasp and I begin to work the top of this hoof. People that do a lot of trims, you might understand this. On the other side of the toe, often people trimming don't make that round. And that's not actually the natural way that hoof is set up if you actually take a close look. And sometimes I think that it's because I shoed so many horses before I was a barefoot trimmer only, that if you take a look at a shoe, they tend to make that toe area a little bit more square than the rest of the foot. And sometimes it's a little bit more unnatural than normal. So I do struggle with making sure taking the left and right side of that toe to a place that makes it round and not square. And here I'm really just putting a 45 on this. So it gives a good natural angle for when this horse rolls over as it runs. It also keeps that hoof wall from chipping, and a lot of people call that actually the Mustang roll. Now I'm going to work those heels to the widest part of the frog, so it's good for concussion and keeping the horse more comfortable. My main goal was to provide this horse with a trim that would be similar to it in the wild, and I think we've accomplished that today.